Hello, ShaktiShivaTarot here. Today is October 30th, and I'm doing a read for the energies of Halloween. So, what is coming in for you for Halloween? What kind of spooky or non-spooky vibes are you going to be confronted with for this Halloween season? I thought today I would go ahead and record myself while I was doing the opening prayer, so it kind of gave my viewers just an idea of what happens before I go into the reads. So, like I said, this read is for Halloween. If you end up coming across it past Halloween, I mean, like, just take it as it resonates. You can either be like, oh, that did happen, or maybe it's, more happening for you when you actually come across it. However it happens for you, just let it kind of flow and resonate with what it will if you are drawn to it. This is going to be a specific general read for a specific group of people. You may or may not be involved in that group of people. I target a specific group, and I don't really even know what that group is. I just call out for the collective, right? But for some reason, I pick up a certain kind of energies coming from this card, and it's going to resonate with a certain group of people. So if it doesn't resonate with you, then maybe jump on one of my other videos or scan around. There's tons of awesome tarot videos out there. So I'm going to go ahead and open up with my pathway prayer to access the heart of the Akashic records. That's what we do here. And so part of it I will say out loud, the other part of it I will say internally. So you will hear me go kind of quiet for a little bit. Just give me a little minute, a couple seconds, however long to settle in, so that way we can go into the reading nice and protected. So, opening the prayer. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to us. O Holy Spirit of God, protect me from all forms of self-centeredness and direct my attention to the work at hand. Help me to know the collective in the light of the Akashic records, to see the collective through the eyes of the lords of the records, and enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones of the collective have for the collective. The records are now open. Amen. Just give me a second while I settle in. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Halloween deck. Like I said, this is a general read for, it's intended for love, but if you're single and you're not really looking for love and you're looking for finances or job or something like that, I will also add that in there. So don't just completely shut it off just yet, just because you're not, in a relationship or a situation or anything like that. So right off the bat, the Strength card came out. So it could be a Leo, someone watching could be a Leo, or there could be a Leo involved, or it's just the energy of the Leo. Strength, coming from a place of weakness into a place of strength, but also this one's about the trainer, and the trainer, needing to be gentle with this beast in order to really gain mastery over the beast, or to train the beast to be, receptive. This trainer needs to use gentleness. The Nine of Pumpkins. This is, building prosperity. The Magician. This is, using your tools. Maybe you've come into some newfound skills or tools or talents that you're utilizing, and you're manifesting some realities, manifesting some dreams, some paths, some new paths for you. The Moon. This could be a card of deception, some deceptive energies. Just needing to look at things, protect yourself. Seven of Bats. So yeah, there's definitely some just deceptive energies. Maybe someone's wearing a mask. If you see, this is, his face is painted. We'll get into it. And then the Queen of Bats, this energy, the Queen of Bats, is just energetically, the Queen of Bats is very incisive, using the intellect of her heart to really cut through to the truth of a situation. So, she uses that knife to cut through any illusions. This could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But yeah, maybe, just kind of what I'm feeling, these deceptive energies, this Queen of Arrows is like, you can't fool me. I'm cutting through your BS. I see through your deceptive energies. I see through your masks. I see past that mask. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. But like I said, we will clarify. So I'm kind of just going with the flow here, but I'm feeling like I'm doing a row of past, a row of present, and a row of future. So this is Three of Bats. Someone's heart has been broken. Someone's feeling depressed, sad, sorrow. And it could be because of this deceptive energy, whoever is feeling like, they needed to cut through some BS is probably feeling like maybe their heart is a little hurting right now, or maybe the other person's heart's also or hurting because of the deceptive energies that they put out. Maybe it wasn't something that, it was intentional. It was like a subconscious thing or something, just things happen and you don't really, maybe this person, didn't recognize that it could have been looked in a certain way and, caused harm unintentionally. I don't feel like it's like a malice thing. There's no I don't feel like that at all. Okay, so I'm gonna do, so this is kind of like the situation, past, present, future. We'll look through that. We got the Empress, and You know, this is the Empress. She uses her intuition. She uses her knowledge, her inner knowledge. Like she's just look at her sitting there on her throne. She's like, I got this. You know, I don't even have to move from here. I'll use my mind and my intuition to really cut through this situation. And if you look really closely, you can see her gaze, those eyes so intense. She's like intensely staring, like she's on to something. I see you, she says. Anyways, then we got the World. So the world, expansion, travel, movement, all kinds of possibilities. So then, since this is intended to be a love read, I'm going to do a row for the Divine Feminine and a row for the Divine Masculine. And remember, these are just energies. So we've got a soulmate situation going on here for sure. Show you why in just 1 second. That's too many. All right. So we have the King of Wands, and remember we had the Queen of Wands. So if you actually look at it this way, they're embracing each other, they're facing each other, but the same suits. Same suit means soulmate relationship here. You know, there's moths on these cards, and so just kind of going into the energies of the card and what I'm being shown here without going into the description, which I will go into in just a minute. But already, you know, there's 3 moths total in between both cards. There's 2 moths on the Queen, and there's 1 on the King. So moths in the spiritual animal world are all about illusions or illumination, more what I would say is illumination, not necessarily illusions, but more illumination. You know, moth like is, you know, drawn to the light. So I feel like maybe what's going on in this personal situation here between these 2 energies, the King and Queen of Arrows, is like maybe this meeting, whether you are together or just meeting or just friends or in a committed relationship or married or whatever, like I'm feeling like the situation here between you 2 is like you found each other in the dark, is what I'm feeling. Like maybe and I mean, for some of you, it could technically, you know, physically be that you guys met at nighttime or whatever. But like what I'm feeling is like you guys were both individually in kind of dark, low places when you met. And you both were in search of that light. And so I feel like there was a moment where maybe one or both, but I'm really feeling both. This is for both, that you both were in your own, like, you know, darkness, possibly feeling, I mean, this is future, came out in the future card, but doesn't mean that it happens in the future. It could mean that it just, you know, it already exists, and it's coming up in the future. But what I'm feeling is that you guys were both individually in like your own dark place, and when you met for the first time, and you know, you were both in a place of darkness, but searching for the light. And kind of like when you guys met, it was like you guys, like both two light beings coming together. Like you were searching for the light and you saw the light in this person, and this person was searching for the light and saw the light in this person. And you know that you guys were like moths to a flame, to each other's flame, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing and feeling. Like there was this flame and you guys were attracted to the same flame, or you know, you each other were attracted to each other's inner flame. That light came, you know, was the light within y'all, within each one of you. Gosh, I can't speak, I'm sorry. Was drawing you towards each other, right? Like moths to a flame. That's what I felt. All right. So I just had to point that out. So for energy number 1, or the divine feminine, we got the first card is the 5 of Imps. This is the 5 of Wands. So there's conflict, there's defense. This, you know, this is ego conflict, the needing to defend oneself, maybe feeling guilty about something. You know, energy number 1, this could be either you being the deceptive one or you being in the position of being deceived, and so you're feeling defensive, or if you were the deceptive one, you're feeling guilty. Energy number 2 is the King of Wands, King of Bats. So, you know, very clear and incisive with their intellect, with their mind, you know, being able to cut through the bullshit, the BS, in order to see the truth of a situation. The 3 of Pumpkins for energy 2. So 3 of Pumpkins is like, you know, you've got these, it's like these relationships, these jobs, this, you know, financial situation, your projects, whatever it's building. You're trying to build a home, you're trying to build a family, you're trying to build a project, a job, you're trying to build the coin, and that's happening. This is you putting that together. And 5 of Wands for energy number 2, you know, this is feeling like anxious, you know. If you can see here, like this person's like stolen the goodies, and these kids are like feeling sad, and he's like, you know, this thief with the mask on. So it's like this bandit, you know. I feel like maybe the energy number 2 is the one in the deceptive energies, and so they're feeling like, you know, in this energy of feeling like they need to defend themselves, sneaky kind of energy. And then we have the Page of Bats. You know, this is a young person, or a young and energy person, somebody that's very passionate, has, you know, good integrity, very passionate, and you know, moving forward in life, but also the 10 for Spidum. So, you know, also a little bit of a sneaky. So, energy number 1, you know, maybe you're, you know, because you're feeling the deceptive energies from energy number 2, maybe you're being a little spy, maybe you're checking up, maybe you're, like, are you stalking them on social media? Is that what's going on, energy number 1? Are you stalking energy number 2? Or it could be vice versa. Maybe they're stalking you, but I'm feeling like you're stalking them because they're the one being deceptive, right? They're the bandits getting away with all the goodies. So I feel like you're feeling this need to spy on them. Like, what are they up to? But this person's just hard at work. Whatever they're up to, they're working hard towards it. Like putting that effort in towards building that coin, building that project, building that relationship, whatever it is. So let's go a little deeper. So bottom of the deck is Wheel of Fortune. So, Wheel of Fortune turns. There's luck on your side here, and it's a karmic situation. So, whatever transpires, it's all being guided by the universe, and we'll get into it a little bit deeper. We'll see where the wheel turns, right? Okay, so I'm going to get into the actual descriptions and go over those first, and then we'll clarify. So, Strength card for the past, for the union here in this situation. It says strength. I'm not saying it. There it is. A lion tamer has to be stronger than the lion. The use of gentle persuasion over force. Inner strength, quiet determination, utilizing your best instincts. Yeah, like I said, gentleness, using gentleness, quiet force, being able to really think before you act. Right? Like when you're in a situation and you're in the cage with an animal that's bigger than you and that could kill you in an instant, you've got to think before you act. So that's kind of where I feel like, maybe both of you have been in like a position of where you kind of guys are just taking it a little slow, thinking before you act, thinking before you do things, thinking before you make moves, maybe in a position of planning. So the Nine of Pumpkins. A simple appreciation of the good life, feeling worthy, a calm, accepting, unattached view of what the material world has to offer, a quiet, solitary search for wisdom. Yeah, y'all are just kind of like taking it easy, taking it slow. I really feel like you're just kind of within your own zone, like kind of holding it together through this situation, whatever is happening, which will clarify, but you're really kind of in your head, nice and calmly using your tools. It says anyways, a search for power through knowledge, making things happen, creative power, control, mastery, ambition, seize opportunities, take action. Yeah, so maybe coming from a place of weakness, but building that strength, building that knowledge, and really finding your tools. And now you're like, you've got these new tricks up your sleeve and you're ready to use them. But I feel like, they're going to be possibly just either taken in the wrong light, or maybe you subconsciously or your other subconsciously is going to be, possibly relaying them with quite some deceptive energies attached to them. So it says hidden dangers, deception, mystery. Things are not as they seem. Intuition, instinct, the subconscious, wildness, a struggle for sanity. And so, it could be your own internal thought processes, thought forms, maybe old patterns that are needing to die, that are needing to karmically go, like with the old, out with the old and in with the new. So, it could be your own deceptive energies, thinking that, creating mountains out of molehills, right? Or it could be that the other energy is actually shooting some kind of deceptive energies, because it does kind of come up a little bit in the read. So we'll clarify that. The Seven of Bats. So yeah, it being next to this card, it says a plan that may not work, a setback or bout of bad luck, partial success that does not justify the risks. So yeah, just, a setback. And maybe that's what the deception is about, is that there's been a setback and, maybe the communication has died down because of that setback. And so because of the lack of communication, there's deceptive energies involved. There not being any communication involved, people can be creating castles in the sky, right? Creating, like I said, mountains out of molehills. So, Queen of Bats is a smart, intuitive, intense woman who lives alone, confrontational but not aggressively so, emotionally detached but not inhuman. So it's like this person, this energy of the Queen of Swords, has possibly pulled back, right? Because this person is smart, this person is intuitive, this person possibly could be the Empress, right? These are same energies here. This could very well be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini air sign. This person's very smart. So it's like this person knows when to pull back, knows how to use their intuition in order to emotionally detach from the situation. But she's still human. She still feels shit, she still feels things. She still has feelings. Her heart can still get hurt because she's a human. So just because she's super strong and powerful and, may seem to have it all together, doesn't mean that she can be treated like she's inhuman, right? Like she could just handle whatever. Bullets to the heart. I mean, maybe metaphorically, yes, but not physically. So let's be gentle. Gentle. This is for both of y'all. Okay? So either way, someone's feelings were hurt, right? The Three of Bats here. Someone's feelings were hurt. And there is emotional agony, grief, pain, strife, disappointment, a disturbing outside influence, betrayal. There was some sort of betrayal here. And that's where this deception's coming in, and we'll find out. We'll find out more. There was some sort of betrayal. Feelings were hurt. The Empress, I feel like, she's like the twist on the traditional Earth Mother. Abundance and fertility of the mind, body, and spirit. Motherhood, nurturing, passion. She's a very passionate, nurturing, mothering woman or energy. Doesn't have to be a woman. Could be a man as well. Just the energy. And so maybe this is the person that got hurt, right? The one that's feeling these energies is the Empress, the energy of the Empress. This energy of this person of abundance, fertility of the mind, body, and spirit, is very passionate, nurturing, mothering, energy person. This person is probably the one feeling these sorrows, this grief, this sadness. But there is going to be a change in the energies here. There's going to be some movement forward with the World card being next to it. This is a sense of oneness with others and or in the world around you. Spiritual understanding, completion, success, euphoria, cycles, movement, and possibly even travel. So, yeah, I feel like, this situation is going to, like, the wheel of karma is going to turn and there's going to be some movement forward in this situation. A reference to life's roulette wheel. Flux, unexpected change in luck, new choices, new circumstances, rolling with the punches, but not passively. So, yeah, luck's going to change here for you. And so I'm thinking going from these deceptive energies, this grief, this sorrow, and moving into some better energies. Let's see where it goes. I'm really hoping to see the energy shift here for everyone, because I'm like, oh, all these people are going through this rat race, they said. It's like, come on, people, let's... But, you know, we are in Scorpio season, very shadowy. We have a sun. We just had a moon in Scorpio. I believe that Venus is in Scorpio. Oh my God, there's so many things in Scorpio right now. I can't even think right now. But then not only is that, but we also have the Mercury retrograde starting tomorrow. So, you know, lots of fun energies right now. Fun energies. All right, let's keep going. So the Five of Imps, generating excitement or conflict, rebellion, struggle, competition. So energy number 1, are you excited? Are you competing? Are you creating conflict? Like what's going on? Energy number 1 will yeah. So I just feel like, you know, you're probably more than likely creating conflict because you're feeling defensive. You're feeling, you know, you're feeling a little rebellious because you've struggled through this situation. And I feel like you're kind of just like, oh, you know, like, you know, when somebody's trying to hold you and you're like, It's kind of how I feel like what's going on with your energy. So energy number 2, King of Bats. A strong, powerful authority figure with a penchant for law and justice, a firm enemy, and a firm friend. So energy number 2. Yeah. Friend or foe. Right? Strong, powerful, authority figure. Who is that in your life? Energy number 2. Or is that you? Or is that your other? Is that someone you know? Possibly a penchant working in the law or justice, or maybe just really good at arguing and, you know, deliberating and, you know, very diplomatic. But yeah, you know, still soulmate connection, could be friend, could be lover, could be family. 3 of Pumpkins. Hard work with the strength of passion behind it. Find craftsmanship, skill, artistic achievement, productivity, success, reaping what you've sown. Awesome. So energy number 2, I feel like there's, you know, you're reaping some rewards right now. This is, you know, in the center position. So I would say this is presently happening for you, you know, reaping some rewards of some hard work, past hard work. And maybe that's what this is, you know, it's this past hard work, you know, working through those conflicting energies of not really knowing what these deceptive energies are about, you know, not really knowing what the situation is because there's been a setback, there's been a lack of communication, whatever the situation may be. So 5 of Bats. Loss, defeat, unfairness, cruelty, humiliation, the inability to defend yourself. Yeah, so, you know, so I'm feeling like, you know, energy number 2, maybe you're feeling a little bit of a loss. Maybe you're feeling like you can't defend yourself because maybe, you know, like I said, those deceptive energies, they could have been like, you know, maybe you were just not communicating, and so your other created these illusions in their mind of what the situation was because there was no communication here. And so you're feeling a little defensive. You're feeling like you've been defeated by that person because they're not really, maybe they're not taking your messages. Maybe they've blocked you and you're like, what the heck? Like, you know, there's this situation going on, and if you would just let me explain that to you, then you would understand, you know, but they're all in their head thinking that there was another situation going on, and so they went ahead and jumped the gun and blocked you or whatever, stopped communicating with you, and you're just kind of like, you know, feeling a little bit like defeated, a little bit like at a loss right now. So this is energy number 1 in the future. Page of Bats. An eager, graceful, intuitive young person on a fact-finding mission, a flair for spydom. So yeah, you know, I feel like this person's just being a little, maybe, you know, a little private investigator, you know, being a little spooky, maybe behind the scenes, kind of. I'm just feeling, yeah, they're stalking you maybe a little bit on Instagram or Facebook or social medias, whatever. Yeah, there's a little bit of watching. They're watching you. You're being watched, energy number 1. Or maybe you're the one doing the watching. It could go either way. Energy number 2, the 8 of Coins. Pleasure in work, the beginning of a profitable undertaking or apprenticeship. Handiwork and the arts, completion of a cycle. So yeah, I feel like, you know, this cycle's being completed. Whatever energies were causing this this feeling of loss, this feeling of defeat, I feel like are definitely coming to fruition. Like, this is hard work, you know, a lot of hard work here being put into this situation or possible whatever external situations. You know, maybe they've just been hard, busy at work, right? Building an empire. Maybe they've just stepped into a new apprenticeship, you know, an internship. But definitely it's like this completion of an old cycle and the starting of a new one, and really having to put in that hard work, you know, to continue the work there. All right, so moving on, I'm going to use the Gypsy Witch deck to clarify this read. Just one for each pile, and this is just going to kind of clarify what's going on here and deepen the read here. And then if I need more clarification, I'll use my other cards, but we're going to kind of stick to these little Halloweeny vibey ones. All right, so all right, well, possible misfortune or possible enemies. It depends. Let's see what else comes up around it, and you know, we'll see if maybe these possible deceptive energies can be averted. Ooh, seeing conflict, but this is in the past, so you know, maybe we're moving out of these energies, and I definitely see that. I definitely see that we're moving out of these energies. Yeah, I see a confiding disposition in the future. So even though through these deceptive energies, there's gonna be some kind of mutual understanding. Yeah, someone loves you here. There's love here. There's love and longing. So even though there is this setback, they're looking at you from afar. They're watching you. So like I said, this person, this energy here, whether you, energy number 1, or your other, energy number 2, you're being watched from afar. There's eyes on you, and it's with love and longing. They're looking at you like missing you. And wanting to reach out. There is this, there definitely is a possible long-term happy life here. Yeah, there's a discovery that is happening here. So somebody I feel like is possibly going to come clean in this situation, and it's going to better the situation. So there's going to be movement for the better, movement forward. When somebody kind of, there's a mystery that something is revealed, and it helps the situation move forward. Yeah, so a definitely intense love of life and fellow feeling, strong fellow feeling. So like feeling of, you know, wanting to be in companionship, wanting to be, you know, in some kind of fellowship. So definitely this wanting to be hand in hand is what I'm seeing and hearing and feeling, okay? So the expansion, the world card, let's go ahead and clarify that. Divine Creator, Holy Spirit. Divine Creator, Holy Spirit. What's the world card? Clarify the world card. Okay. Okay, all right, so I had to pull another one for this one because it says there's a warning here of an assault which threatens and will occur sooner or later, but I feel like it, so I'm just feeling like there's a need to be vigilant here because it's going to go well in the end. There's nothing but happiness and popularity here, but there's a need to just watch your back, be vigilant, because maybe there will be some deceptive energies or external deception coming into this relationship. Doesn't necessarily have to be that your person is being deceptive or that you're being deceptive, but maybe there's some deceptive energies coming in to the relationship. Okay. Okay, there was definitely a loss for energy number one in the near past. Recent past. Definitely a loss for energy number one. And it says loss by theft. So, you know, maybe there was an external energy, deceptive energy that came in and stole something away from you, whether it be a job, whether it be a project, whether it be an actual object, whether it be a friend, whether it be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a pet. The only reason why I said pet, well, I actually said pet because I said it and I thought it, but then I looked down and there was a dog. But it could be a pet, right? So, but the dog represents true friendship. So I feel like there's a true friendship here. I'm gonna but possible enemy as well. So friend or foe, that's why be vigilant, eyes peeled. You can have some sheeps in wolf clothing, you know, people trying to pretend like they're your friend, but they're really your enemy. So just be careful. You know, this energy number 2, maybe wearing some masks, maybe deceptive. And, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're hiding something bad, but maybe they're just, you know, hiding something that they're just not ready to share with you yet. You know, maybe this is a fairly new situation, or maybe, you know, this is a fairly new wound or a fairly new situation, or a you know, something's fairly new has come up in this union between you and this other, and it's causing some deceptive energies. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that something bad is happening. There's, wow, interesting, 2 4s here and an 8, so a lot of 4-8 energies between the two of you in this present moment. So stability and unity, eternity, stability, eternity, unity. You know, possible illness for energy number 2, because there's some... You know what, though? This card up here neutralizes these bad cards. So I'm going to say that just be careful. Be vigilant. You know, this person here can be a friend or a foe. And I think that the energies are really sketch. And so you need to very much be aware of the situation and just, you know, be vigilant when you're dealing with this person. But I feel like because of this card that's up here that indicates good fortune and neutralizes any evil that's nearby, or unlucky cards, it increases the value of the lucky card. So I feel like you just have to be very aware and clear-minded with this person and with this situation. Be very vigilant and eyes peeled. So, you know, but it could be coming out of these deceptive energies and into a successful situation here. So let's clarify. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's movement forward here for sure. There's a possible travel, voyage for energy number 1. Maybe you're going on a trip overseas. Maybe you're going on a cruise. Maybe you're traveling somewhere. Maybe you're just going on a boat trip, fishing or something. But there's definitely going to be some wealth, inheritance, some riches are coming your way. And it could, like I said, possibly be just, you know, you going on vacation, you know, having come into some kind of inheritance or money or trade or some situation here where you're traveling, voyaging, riches are coming in. Okay. I'm going to need some clarification on this. So this is an 8 on top of an 8 here. So eternity, you know, definitely some... And then a 4 on top of an 8. A lot of 4s and 8s over here. I need one more clarifier on that. I'm not really quite. So energy number 2, I feel like, there's going to be some kind of like bad luck, some losses. But possible, it's like maybe going back and forth. You're going to come into some riches, you're going to lose some, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But it also could just be that, maybe it's health. Maybe the riches will come in, the money will come in, but your health is going to be fading, or ill luck. Whether it be money or health, something's going on here, health and money related. But there is, there's some beauty within these energies. Yeah, so these two together, I feel like there's a new love coming, and so that's what the possible beauty is, so maybe there's going to be a little bit of a loss of, there's some hard at work, so maybe working too hard, burning yourself out, right? Like the money's coming in. Like, do a little bit less work, focus on this new love that's coming in, don't burn yourself out. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. That was a little tough one. But yeah, that's what I'm feeling here. Is there's a little bit of a burnout feeling here, working too hard and becoming ill because of it. So if you continue with those energies, you're going to have a long-term effect of being sick long-term. So learning how to balance out your work and play, your work and love relationships, your work and family relationships, your work and friendship relationship, work and play, work and play. Balance out. Your play can be anything from, creative arts, creative expression, to time with friends and family and loved ones, to time alone, not working, just resting, right? Listening to music, doing something alone. That's not work. All right, cool. I think we got enough clarifiers for that. Good tidings, though. Everything I feel like is very good energy. I don't really feel like I need to go any deeper into those clarifiers, so I'm just going to pull some angel cards, archangel cards. This one wanted to come out immediately. So I'm going to do for the energy number 1 and energy number 2 individually. So 3 of Michael, release the past. You will grow from the situation. Time heals all wounds. So energy number 1, release the past. Time heals all wounds. So if you're, that loss that you were feeling in the past, we're going to grow from that. So that's a situation that needed to happen in order for us to learn a lesson and grow. So we can let go of the emotions that are attached to that situation, knowing that it was for our best interest, so we can evolve and grow. It's not for us to stay stagnant and stuck in those emotions, and not allow those emotions and those feelings hinder us from our future growth, right? So letting them go so that they don't hinder us in our present situation, right? Because I feel like there's this real, there's an opportunity here, but we're coming out of some feelings of loss and low energies, so needing to really kind of pick ourselves up, release ourselves from those attachments towards those feelings, and let go of that situation. Archangel Raquel says, fight for justice and equality. Rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. Rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. I just want to check and see. This is the Strength card. So this came out twice. Strength card came out twice. So this is the second time it came out. It came out for the past. Fight for justice and equality. Rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. So this is like, you know, kind of justice is coming for you. So, you know, if you were the one, energy one, which I'm kind of feeling that was deceived, right? And you're feeling the loss and you're feeling the heartache and you're feeling the sorrow. We're going to let that go so that we can bring this justice in. Because as long as we're holding on to that stagnant energy of, you know, blame or shame or whatever, then we're not allowing the energy for justice to actually come in. So when we can let go of the blame and let go of the shame and whatever energies, you know, of anger and sadness and abandonment and betrayal that are involved with this situation, we can allow that new energy to come in, whether it be with a new person or the same person, right? So, you know, stand your ground, speak your truth, but, and, you know, don't give up on standing your ground. Don't give up on speaking your truth, you know, don't fold on that, but let go of the past energy so we can allow this justice to come in for you. So I feel like, you know, for those of you out there that are maybe waiting for like an apology or waiting for communication, it's like maybe it's not coming in because we're still holding on to some energies that are blocking that to happen, right? We're still holding on to anger, blame, jealousy, holding on to feeling the victim, feeling abandoned, feeling betrayed, whatever, right? Those energies, and holding on to those energies and still being mad and still being like, oh, I don't know if I can trust them. Those are energies that we're still holding on to. And as long as we still are in that energy, this justice is never going to come. So we need to release the past so that those energies of justice can come in for you in this present moment. And then we have the Two of Ariel, which is this is the, so the Michael is wands, arrows, you know, mental, intellect, communication. And then Ariel is coins, material, physical world. And this says it's important to have balance, working multiple jobs or projects at once, making work fun. Making work fun. Like I said, finding that balance between work and play, even if I mentioned it for the other energy. This, maybe you guys are mirroring each other and you also need to find balance between work and play. All right. So energy number 2, what are your angel messages? Ooh. Well, interesting. 10 of Michael. So the arrow arcana as well, mental, intellect, communication. It says a situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. So I see 2 swans in the back there. I'm feeling like this situation possibly could be a twin flame situation, a soulmate relationship. We do have the King of Bats and the Queen of Bats, like I said, very soulmate, deep soul connection. But with the 2 swans back here, I'm feeling that's very twin flamey. So this could be a possible twin flame. I mean, look at these 2 energies for you in the past. Like y'all are on the same frequency, I feel like, whether you may feel like it or not. So maybe there was a situation that ended for you, energy number 2, a past project, relationship, job, and you're finally free of those energies. Maybe they were holding you back, and new opportunities, this new energy, this new relationship is coming in, a new opportunity for happiness, you know. So I feel like this new situation here that is being offered to you, or, you know, by the universe, or maybe by someone else, is bringing you happiness. But first we have to put the past behind you. And you see, it's interesting that both of you are kind of, I feel like, are holding on to something that happened in the past. So maybe both of you were, recently, kind of stuck on someone else. Maybe you were coming out of a relationship, and it doesn't have to be like a recent relationship. Maybe it was just like a relationship that meant a lot to you, and so it took some time for you to heal from, and you were still kind of in those energies of needing to let go of that past relationship. And so really letting go of the past, that like not being able, we can't bring baggage into a new relationship and then expect things to go smoothly, right? So there's a needing to really release the past here for the both of you. So moving on more to the present. It's interesting that both of those past cards came up for the past position, right? Yeah, and so I feel like maybe there was like no communication because of that. Something happened. That was the setback in the past that created maybe this like lack of communication, this fallout, this setback. The sun, beautiful. So the sun came out twice. We've got it here with the Gypsy Witch deck. And we also have it here with the Archangel deck. This is Archangel Uriel. It says, life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. Yeah, man. Like, look at those sunflowers, the sun card. Sun's about new beginnings, new partnerships. Look at this. There's a theme here, guys. So we had the two Michaels, the two blue cards, right? The two arrows. And then we have the two arcanas, so the two purple cards. And they're side by side. New beginnings, justice, new partnerships, procreation, building solid foundations, partnerships, marriage, relationships, love relationships, partnerships, and work. So what's going on for the future in energy number 2? Energy number 2's future. Interesting. So this card came out for me earlier when I was doing my own spread, so I thought that was interesting. 2 of Gabriel. Gabriel is the wand, so the spirit. Needing to make a choice. It says, make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. So energy number 2, does energy number 1 share a vision with you? Maybe you guys have similar purposes in life. Maybe you feel like you're directed on the same path. That's what I'm feeling. With the rainbow, reflecting on the water, creating this circle around the two energies here. She's got the world behind her. I feel like there's travel possibly here for you, movement, moving together, traveling together, moving forward in the relationship together. There's definitely some togetherness, moving, traveling, and it could just be, it doesn't have to be far, right? It could just be, trips to the beach, trips to local places, but like, being out and about together. Beautiful. All right, let's pick some Ascended Masters that are guiding this union. So this is for the union. And this one came out for the spread earlier too that I did in the same spread that one came out. A lot of these cards are kind of showing up. But anyways, this is yoga. Do some yoga. Yoga is great for the mind, for the body, for the soul. It will help you get in touch with your inner abilities, with your psychic abilities. It'll help build your immune system. It'll help It'll help you lose weight if you need to lose weight. It'll help you gain weight if you need to gain weight. It'll put your hormones in balance. It'll help your mental capacities, your thought processes. If you really find yourself a good teacher, you can really go deeply into the yoga world. And if you need someone to kind of guide you, just please send me an email or shoot me a comment down below, and I can guide you in that direction. I am a yoga instructor, and possibly can get something done through Skype or FaceTime or through YouTube itself, if that's possible. But shoot me a DM. Maybe I can just shoot you some info if that's all you want, right? So freedom is the other card. Yeah, I feel like travel. I'm going to look this one up for you though. But I'm feeling travel, the need to really let go and just be free from the hustle and bustle and the chaotic life. Maybe this is time to leave a situation that you've outgrown. Maybe you need to question the validity of any rules that you've imposed on yourself. Maybe you need to allow the universe to support you while you make desired life changes. Be assertive and say no to anyone who's overstepping boundaries with you. It says walk away from restrictions and be free. You have the power and the right to change your life so that you experience more freedom. This card signifies that your soul is crying out for more freedom, especially as it involves your life's purpose. Perhaps it's time to take a break so that you can think clearly about your desires and available options. The universe always supports the desire for expansion, creativity, and freedom. Say yes to freedom, and the universe will say yes to you. Beautiful. Whoops. Whoops. Of course. Stay. Stay. It's not gonna stay. Stay. Oh no, I'm so sorry. All right, I'm gonna have to pray. Oh, wonderful. Now it's all darko. Okay. Anyways, so I'm going to pick a animal card, one for each twin. So one for energy number 1, the oyster, and one for energy number 2. This is going to be a longer one, y'all, because it's a deep spread. All right, but animal cards and Moonology deck, and then we're wrapping up. Just one card, please. Just one card for the masculine. Energy number 2, tiger. Beautiful. All right. So we have water, oyster. I'm just going to do some key pointers. Patience. Patient, secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. So, are you hiding any gifts or talents? Energy number 1. This card talks about you taking your inner gifts for granted. So you could be shy, you could be doubtful, and it could lead to withdrawing or protecting your deep desires and life's work. So this card appears when it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. When in balance, feels blessed, generous, masterful. When out of balance, reluctant, gripping, clams up. To bring into balance, share something. Share anything. Share a story. Share your lunch. Whatever. Oh my goodness. I'm really sorry about the lighting here. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. All right. Tiger. This is fire. Tiger's fire. Fire energy, right? Yeah. Where you at, Tiger? The eye of the tiger. Don't mind me, y'all. Of course. It's like, where are you, Tiger? The last one? No. This is not fire. There he is. Sorry, y'all. Lunar force, ease in darkness, feminine energy. So this is for energy number 2. So this card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow our lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. When in balance, passionate, strong, sensual. When out of balance, overstimulated. To bring into balance, Trataka, candle gazing. So light a candle, stare at it, watch it, tell it to dance. And if you stare at it and actually put your energy into it, it will. And then you get to play with it and tell it to stop, and it will. And tell it to dance, and it will. And just play with it. See what else happens. It's quite fun. All right, y'all. One more and we're done. So this is just going to wrap up, just one. Wrap up the energies of this spread to kind of give us that last little bit of advice. Whatever it is that we need to know in order to wrap this up. All right, it says you're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. The word gibbous means bulging. What a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that the situation you're asking about is bulging with possibility and coming to a peak. But this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or no answer. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required before you get what you want, though you're certainly on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring for you. However, there is also a sense that the situation is a bit tense, so don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. That's not meant to scare you. It's just to let you know there's a fuse attached to the situation, so be careful if you choose to light it. Attuned to the moon. I know that I'm on the right track. Additional meanings for this card. Now is a good time to review your plans. Keep the momentum going as you move forward towards your dreams. Stay focused. It's a good time to start a new project. You need to get back into good health habits. Says the teaching, the gibbous moon comes at the very end of the lunar cycle, just before the full moon. She looks like she's bulging because she's almost a full moon, so she's nearly fully rounded. It's the culmination of the waxing cycle and, as such, tends to be a rather intense period of the month. No matter when you pull this card, it suggests a very ripe time and a very ripe situation. Ripe for the picking. so this situation's ripe for the picking. Just take it easy, tread lightly, be vigilant, and I say take a trip together. Go out, you know, on an adventure together. Go to the park, go to the beach, go out in nature together. Kind of just disconnect from the real world and like connect with each other. That's what I'm feeling here. It's all going to come together. It's being divinely guided. This is a karmic situation being divinely guided. So just allow it to happen organically. Try not to, you know, this is a very steamy connection. The water and fire together. Water and fire together, very steamy connection. So very passionate. I definitely feel like there's a good connection here, but there was a setback, and you know, the needing to just resolve and patch up those energies from the past and really reconnect. That's what I'm feeling. I hope this resonated with you guys. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know if it did. I hope you have a very spooky and awesome Halloween. And I hope that this resonated with you. I hope that it gave you some kind of information to know, you know, to give you some kind of sense of ease. All right. Have a great evening. Namaste. All right. I forgot that I wanted to videotape the closing out of my prayer also. I would like to thank the masters, teachers, and loved ones for their love and compassion. I would like to thank the lords of the Akashic records for their point of view. And I would like to thank the Holy Spirit of light for all knowledge and healing. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. Thank you. Namaste.